Oh, hold on.
Just go to Floridays.
Let's try. Hey there, how are ya? Happy Pink Wednesday. So usually we're doing this in the afternoon, but remember when I told y'all that I do have a real job and I do real estate property management for a living? Well, this is Mary Pulliam. We have been in meetings and classes all day for midwinter, for Women's Council Realtors, and then for myself, I was with the CRS, Certified Residential Specialist. So the best thing about Facebook Lives is you can't hit start, so we're just going to keep going with this, okay? So Miss Mary Pulliam, every time she comes to my office, she's like, all right, I popped in the pink door with my wallet, because she likes to support us. And the huge thing that she started supporting, because I started just the videos and getting people to know information for Greater Claremont Cancer Foundation, was Bras for the Cause. So I told y'all we had the black leather and lace. Excuse me, Miss Mary.
It's okay.
And did you know we are sold out, y'all? Amazing. January. We don't even have the tickets yet. We get the tickets in February. Sold out. Aren't you glad you came into my office?
Yes, I am.
With your checkbook.
But you still have tickets for the Yeti.
Yes. So who wants to buy a Yeti? So obviously I'm at conference and I don't have the Yeti with me. The Yeti is at the office. Thank y'all for bringing in some adult beverages to put in that bad boy. The value of the Yeti is going to be about $1,000. So $20 chance ticket. And if right now we're doing the special, 6 tickets for $100. Remember, 100% of all the money we raise for that Yeti is going back to Greater Claremont Cancer Foundation. Now, I was going to tell you how much the tickets are, but it's too late because we're sold out, and I'm going to check in to see if we've already done, reached our max for the models. So we might have reached that, but I still need some auction items. I have not received any calls, so I'm kind of getting concerned. I think a couple of gift certificates were being brought in. I haven't seen anything yet. So please, please remember the silent auction. Again, 100% of those proceeds go to Greater Claremont Cancer Foundation. Now this supports your area, your local community. It's not just for women, it's not just for breast cancer, it's all cancers. It's that horrible, horrible thing. Here's the thing, y'all. If you need help and you are currently getting treatment for cancer, you can apply, you can go online, you can speak to somebody. My connection is Marie or Kay, and they can walk you through it. There are members there that will help you through it. You can receive a grant for you, a scholarship for you. There's scholarships for the kids, the families. There's a lot of things. And the reason Miss Mary's on here is because I asked her, I said, hey Mary, did you ever get to use Greater Claremont Cancer Foundation's grants or anything? And Miss Mary, tell me your story.
5 years ago, I found out that I had breast cancer. I had stage 2 breast cancer, and the night before surgery, I went in for my blood test, and they told me that I had to see the financial person, and that my insurance, which was Blue Cross Blue Shield, my one type of Blue Cross was not accepted by Florida Hospital, which was a big shock. So they wanted me to give them $7,000 right then and there before I had surgery.
So you're dealing with having to get surgery done
the next day.
Your mind is not where it needs to be, and they just said, hey, I need $7 grand?
Yes. Yes. So we gave them what we could. Of course, we couldn't come up with that. My insurance did pay half of my bill, but I still owed $13,000.
Ouch!
So while I was trying to go through recovery, I was calling around to American Cancer Society and everybody I could think of and my doctor, and I was told that they couldn't help me. Even though I've been a big supporter. Eileen and I have been for years.
I used to give to Susan G. Komen, so
yes,
I get it.
Yes, we did. I no longer support them. And unfortunately, I didn't hear about the Greater Claremont Cancer Society.
GCCF.
Yes. I just found out about it a couple years ago. So since I found out about it, I have become a supporter. and everything that I can. And like I said, anytime I walk in, we find out how much I need to write a check for.
Pop in the pink door. I sell
Yes.
houses and I make you write some checks. So
definitely.
now, how are you doing? You feeling better? Good?
I'm doing good. It's been 5 years. I am so far cancer clean. I do have to go back for another mammogram and see how it goes, and because they did think they saw something, so I'm just waiting until February to go back for my 6-month checkup.
Okay.
So
All right, my prayer warriors, get on it. Mary Pulliam. You want to pray on the name Mary Pulliam. So I didn't learn about GCCF until a few years back. Now, all my money went to Susan G. Komen and the breast cancer site, and I would order stuff and I would put those in baskets and I would give those away to my clients or baskets for fundraisers. And then my aunt had colon cancer, and that's when you start finding out stuff. It's not something that you go look for. It just all of a sudden it hits your family, and so now you need to do the research. So while I'm doing research, I find GCCF. Now, Greater Claremont Cancer Foundation, Marie, you're gonna have to tell me how old are y'all, because I don't have any notes with me, but this was a few years back, and so we got to learn what they did. I went to a tea party, and so my aunt, as she's going through chemo and radiation, the family's taking turns bringing her in, I find out about this tea party. And so to make her feel really good, she went shopping, she went and bought a hat, and she got dressed up. She had lost a lot of weight. And oh, what does that say? 10 years? Marie, I can't even see.
10 years.
No?
No, 16 years.
All right, so GCCF is 16 years old. I can't see nothing. So while she's getting dressed and she's getting a nice outfit because she lost a lot of weight. Y'all, she ended up being able to shop in the kids section, and she was like 46, I think. And so this was a highlight. So while she's going to chemo and radiation and she's just going through the motions and she was in a good spirit, she was able to go to this tea party. And at this tea party, we got to see what GCCF not only was and what they do, but what it meant to the community. And I was kind of hooked from there. And I realized that it was 100% of the money that went there. Yeah. And it's a nonprofit. So everyone that works there, from the videos that I do, the information I pass out, the hours that people are running around doing, putting events together. And let me tell y'all, it takes thousands of hours for an event that is done smoothly. It's like baking a cake. It takes you all day long to make a wedding cake, and then it takes 5 minutes to smash it into somebody's face. So all of this effort goes, and every dime goes into our community for those families that are going through cancer. So when you see us asking for GCCF funds, please know, do your research. See, if you see a nonprofit and they're getting more than 10% as for salaries and stuff, y'all need to look at something else to support. My veterans group, as soon as I found out that they weren't making much money, I looked for other resources, and Reach Across America, I told y'all, I think it was 85% gives to the nonprofit, and then there was about 5-10% that was going to go towards supplies and information for schools. So that was okay. Even the main CEO members don't get a salary. So when you're looking to sponsor something, please, even if you go to an event, if you buy a ticket, if you donate something, because if you don't have the funds, please don't feel bad about, oh my goodness, I don't have any money, I'm embarrassed, I can't support this foundation. Pass the word around, send an email, postcards, ask somebody. We still need sponsors. We need help, because the more we get sponsored and paid for, the more of the money that we raise is going to help with our community. Now, Mary is just one story of others that didn't know about this. And so if you share it and somebody knows, then the more people can learn about it and not only be able to utilize their information, get their resources. Mary could have gotten probably a grant. She could have gotten some help with maybe somebody just to be there for her, talk to her, walk her through what she's going through. When my aunt went through breast cancer, nobody had ever had it, so nobody really knew what to do. and contacts. Who do you call? Who do you talk to? Who holds your hand? Who's going to bring you down off the edge because you just have so many things going around in your head? And it's not something that you're going to really post on Facebook and say, hey, you know, you're going to try to do some research. So with GCCF, if you share the information, let people know about it, they're going to be able to find it quickly. Now, I met Marie, I don't even know how long ago, maybe 5-6 years ago. I want to say 6, because my first Bras for the Cause and Boxers 2 event, their theme was fire, and there were some firefighters there, and that was super cool. And of course, after that one, I was hooked. I said I would never sit at a chair again, though, because they started at so small that you had a chair and then maybe a couple of tables. I said, next time this girl needs a table, I'm going to figure out what I can do to get a sponsorship and get a table. And ever since then, we've done a table. And then what makes me feel even better is that all of the money that I paid in went towards GCCF and y'all, businesses, hello, write-off. I even invited, as a guest, I invited my tax accountant one year so she can see where all my money went. So now if you want to look up for the information, the paperwork, whether it's to sponsor, whether it's to look about the events, photos, we always got great photos. We've got videos on there. If you go to www.gccf.us, you'll be able to find all the information. And I forget what the name... they're not board members. They're, shame on me. I need some food so I could think. You call them and they will kind of guide you through what you need to know off the information. If you're looking for how to donate and you want to find a different event, if you're looking to maybe sign up for the scholarship because you're currently in the middle of treatment, or if you want to share the information. I think, Marie, they're called directors. Thank you.
I was trying to say that.
So the directors will guide you through. So don't feel like, oh my God, I have to look everything up online on the website. That's not true. They will help you. And if I don't know, obviously look at me, I'm on video, and if I don't know, I promise you I will find out. You can pop in the pink door, visit me, we'll talk about it, or I can find out someplace where you can go ahead and talk to, and they will take care of you.
Patient navigators.
Patient navigators will help you with the paperwork too for the scholarships. I say grants and scholarships.
Also, remember, a lot of times when people like myself go through this, it's also our husbands can't work because they have to take us to the doctors. And there's so much that you go through, and finances are always hit.
Oh, yeah.
So they will help you with that.
And unfortunately, the world doesn't stop.
No.
So
they still want their
you couldn't drive either, right?
No.
So you can't drive. You can't really work. Some people can, some people can't. But it just depends on what it is. Please don't think less of somebody because they can't go to work. And if you've never seen somebody go through chemo and radiation, I guarantee you, your life will change. So why don't you maybe volunteer, help out? I know ribbon riders in Sanford, they help all the way up to Lake Mary, from Lake Mary all the way to Lake County. They will just take you to your place to get wherever you're going to for cancer treatments, and then they will wait for you, and then they will take you back home until somebody of your family will come there. So sometimes it's just having somebody there for you. So I know we've rambled a little bit. Mary, you got anything else to say? No? Mary says no. So we are going to go back to our Women's Council Realtors Banquet. Miss Mary is getting, she's walking on the stage, right?
Yes.
She's our president for 2000. What do you say? 2020 or 2020? I think 2020 is easier.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all. You always let me ramble. You always give me some great information to pass out, which, I almost forgot. Speaking of fundraisers, because you know it's Wednesdays. Who wants to go to a bank heist? So it's limited seating. They're going to have 50-50. They're going to have a dinner. There's going to be a candy bar buffet, and there's going to be a photo op and a silent auction. The Southern Sisterhood Society is going to be having a Bonnie and Clyde bank heist at Main Street Bank. So dress up in, what is this, the 20s? 50s?
Yeah, Roaring 20s.
Is it the Roaring 20s?
Doesn't it look like it? Yeah. Bonnie and Clyde?
Yep, I think it's Bonnie and Clyde. So last I checked, there was going to be limited seating, so I think it was like 40 or 50. It's $100 per person, and it includes a amazing dinner. Last year we had I think filet mignon or something, and there's going to be heavy hors d'oeuvres. I'm going to send some information out. There's also going to be a costume contest. And the best thing about the Southern Sisterhood Society's event and GCCF's events, they are both 501c3s, non-profit, so that means they get to use all this money towards their charities, and you get a write-off. Thank you. Y'all have a great night, and I'm going to have some really cool information for you on Friday for Red Shirt Friday. Thanks so much. We wore pink today. Did you?
I didn't get the memo.
Well, thank you, Mary.
Welcome.
Don't forget, pray on Mary Pullion. Y'all have a good night. I'll see you Friday.
Bye.